Hi there, my name is Thomas J. Brown, and I am the creator of this video. It's called The Upright Citizen. It was a project that I did in college for one of my production classes. The script was actually written by a different student, and then we did one project where we wrote a script and shot it, and then we handed in our scripts, and then our teacher sort of shuffled them up and handed them back so that we all got somebody else's script. The script was written by TJ Puckett, who is actually still a friend of mine. This guy who's talking now is Brad. He's one of the seniors at the time. He was a senior and I was a junior. And then the other guy in the video here is Preston. He was also a junior. This was supposed to be a bar, but it was actually on campus, just sort of a, I don't know, entertainment room somewhere. People would always use this as a bar because it looked like a bar. We were allowed to make certain changes to the script, but not very many. Basically, we could take out anything we wanted to, but in terms of adding stuff, we could only add one speech. So all of Brad's post-mortem narrative, I guess, is my one speech. And I did get approval from the teacher that it was okay to have it broken up throughout the script like that. Here we're not using blood, but in fact chocolate sauce. That's an old standard trick I believe Alfred Hitchcock made very popular. The reason I did this piece in black and white was because the very first time I saw it, it just screamed out to me that it should be a noir. And that was good for me, actually, because I like noir pieces and I wanted to do one. So I got to. That was kind of fun. And it helped that Preston had a car from, I don't know, like the 50s or something, some old funky car. This is my favorite shot coming up here. One of my favorites. I have two favorite shots. This one is great, though. I love that Amy's out of focus in the background there. And of course, you've got to have Venetian blinds, right? It's a noir. And everybody has to smoke. That was the other thing. And I don't think any of these people actually smoked. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody, the original writer, he smoked, but I didn't. I don't smoke. I never did. She didn't. Preston didn't. Brad didn't. Oh, bunch of healthy actors. What the hell? I don't like that I had all this paper torn up. I had some idea that the idea was it's supposed to be that the evil characters in this come and they ransack the office. The problem with that idea is that the one valuable piece of information is what they leave behind. It's sitting on the desk. It's not torn up. And it's just right there, ready for anyone to find it. So how come they didn't find it? So I wish I would have changed that or done it differently. This apartment actually was the writer TJ's original apartment. Or not his original apartment, but he lived in it for a while and then moved out, I think about 2 or 3 days before we shot in it. And I called up his landlord and said, hey, do you mind if we shoot in this apartment? And he said, no, I'll leave it unlocked for you. I said, great. So we showed up to the apartment and there was no electricity. So I had to borrow some from neighbors who very kindly let me borrow their electricity. These scenes here at the auto garage were shot at Cheney Muffler. These guys were so incredibly nice. They actually left us alone. And we had full run of the place. We could do whatever we wanted. They bought us donuts for the shoot. I mean, the guy was, I think, really excited to be involved, even though he wasn't. He left. So when I first screened this video, somebody made a comment that this guy here has the worst German accent he'd ever heard. And I said, oh, that's interesting since he's from Berlin. He is actually German. His name is Matthias. He was very cool. I think if I were going to do this differently, there are a lot of things I actually would like to redo this now without the constraints that I had of not being able to make changes to the script, because there are a lot of things that I would change. For example, where he sees car number 13 and then goes into the office, I'd actually rather switch those around, because I always felt like, well, he just saw car number 13. Why doesn't he say anything? So that would make more sense if he's like, oh, okay, well, weird, and then walks out and then sees car 13. That would make more sense to me. You can see the apartment definitely not Not very decorated. There's nothing in it. There's a chair back there. But this is all stuff that we brought in. In this shot here where Matthias shoots through the window, basically the way we did this is I just yanked on the blinds and then added the sound effects of the breaking glass and the gunshot later on. And then Preston actually does jump out of a 2-story window here, and he did this, I think, 3 or 4 times. He was excited to do it. He thought it was fun. I love Matthias goes, Scheiße. And actually what you don't see is as soon as he runs out of the window, he accidentally tears the blinds off the wall. But we cut before that. This car here was my original picture car. You'll notice that it's a Pontiac. And the driver of the car, instead of coming back for day 2 of the shoot, ran off to Montana to chase his stripper girlfriend, who I think he thought was cheating on him. She wasn't. So you'll see here in just a second. Oh, now it's a Toyota. So we had to shoot it a little close to hopefully nobody would notice, and people did right away. People in my class also thought I was going to make this diesel tank blow up. I asked them how they thought I would do it, and they said, I don't know, but if anyone could do it, you could. So I thought, oh, well, at least they have faith in me. I would have liked to have made it blown up. That would have been awesome. But then I wouldn't have had what my film teacher described as the single best shot he's ever seen in a student film. And it's coming up here in just a second. This is all behind a mill in Cheney. ADM mill, in fact. So then here he shoots him. This is the shot that he described as the best shot. I would have liked to have seen Preston go down more realistically, but, whatever. I was already asking him to fall on the cold, dirty ground. And it was cold, too. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this piece. I think, as I said, there are a lot of things that I would do differently, but considering the constraints under which I was working, I think it turned out pretty well. I really like the mood of it a lot. And I think there are a lot of little subtle things, like, the smoldering ashes here in the ashtray, that I think really just kind of add to the whole piece. So yeah, there we go. That was The Upright Citizen. I don't remember what the original title was. I know I changed the title to The Upright Citizen. Oh, there we go. Believe it or not. Yeah, pretty happy with it. So I hope you liked it. You can let me know what you thought of it in the comments. But I would definitely like to reshoot this now. I think that's something that I'll work toward.